hmm it's a very simple concept. The solar battery, yeah, two electrodes, hmm one with a few electrons, the other with a great many, yeah. Converting sunlight, yes, to electricity, yeah. Now, I was kind of wanting to make this, yes, and I know you're busy today. Supposedly, there's a whole lot of something going on in the world, yes. But I realize the amount of actual garbage that I have available to me. Yes. How much salt water there is. Pooch. How much salt there is in that salt water. Yeah. And then how many roofs there are. Yes. And that if there was available new roofing material, that your roof does produce electricity during the summer. Yes. Insulates during the winter. Yeah. And it is available that there would not be any unnecessary pressure on the roof because of the availability of heating those little wires in the roofing itself. Yeah. Now, I wanted to know about what is it called, strontium 90. Could you get me all the materials that can be used for radioactive material? Yeah. See, a lot of people, they're concerned about whatever's happening in their personal lives. Let's say you're a foreign nation. You decide to let your currency float. I am 100% supportive of that. You decided to stop sterilizing your currency so that you would have a currency that floats, just like the dollar, the euro, and any other currency of the world. Isn't that right? Now, my concern is that there are only so much natural resources. See, I did some thinking about banking, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a little while. Because I think that banking can be very fun if you understand how it works. Now, obviously, the Federal Reserve Board of China, yes, said, I think we should do this. And they decided to do it. Yeah. And that's causing some uneasiness for those that are used to controlling the world's monetary supply. Pew! But each of these reserve banks has an obligation for the banking of the individual nations where they're at. Now, China decided to float their currency. Tremendous. But now we have to go through each of the reserve banks and find out what's that going to do to the printing of the notes known as the individual currencies. Could you call the employees of the reserve banks of the various nations of the world? See, I realize that when it's your job, yes, to do the printing of the currency, yeah, so that you can control the monetary supply of individual nations, and one nation happens to do something that we all did know would have to happen at some point. Some Treasury secretaries would think that it was mean of them to do that, wouldn't you, Treasury Secretary? But the truth of the matter is, every currency of the world should be floating, and it's nice that they stopped manipulating their currency. And they decided to join the rest of the world.